promised on the straw poll on the community tab of the channel, I will be doing a theory video and a top 10, and the top 10 is done and ready to upload. I just need to do the thumbnail, and same forth with this one. So, we're coming close to December, round about a week or so, and that is not long if you think about it. So what can we expect to see in Smissmas? Now, I did somewhat make a video saying what could we get for Smissmas, but this is pretty much a bit more of an in-depth type of thing. Now, seeing as Screen Fortress in October was quite big, and the player count actually rose a bit higher, we might see a same result. We might get maybe 5 maps. Now, hang on a minute. Now, I know that the last couple of Smissmas updates, we didn't get any maps, if I can remember rightly. Maybe we will, as pretty much Jungle Inferno introduced new maps. We might see bug fixes or changes for maps for Smissmas 2018. And we could also be seeing more weapon changes, more cosmetic changes, but these are just things that we already know. Now, what's a high chance of what we can get? Well, as to be expected, for Smissmas wise, festive weapons, or more of the festivizers, but we can add more weapons to be festivized. Cosmetics, possible taunts, and obviously war paints. Now, seeing as, yet again, we didn't have the summer update, I feel that we might get a couple of maps for Smissmas. And that would make sense, and that would be good, because we haven't had any new maps for all year round. Minus Screen Fortress, the 5 new maps were only for the Halloween season, but if we were talking about all year round, this is a perfect opportunity to do so. Because normally in the summer update we usually get a couple new maps, and Jungle Inferno was supposed to be the summer update, but it wasn't. Could we see possible new weapons? I say it's a low possibility. We've had the weapons last year with Jungle Inferno, but we were promised the heavy update. So I somewhat confidently agree that we might get new weapons, mainly for the heavy. But do not take my word for it, as the chances is quite slim. Now, saying of the heavy update, a lot of people are saying or hoping for that Smissmas will be the heavy update. Even the straw poll that I did, a lot of people put for the heavy update. Because that's still somewhat in the community's mindset that we are going to get the heavy update. And it's going to be a mandatory thing. Well, somewhat of a promise. But do I really think so? Because it might come out in spring of next year to give the TF team a bit more time. And Smissmas might be a normal one, which will just keep us going for spring. But yet again, people say, well, the Blue Moon update was a major update. But most people say, well, technically speaking, it was a filler update because it was supposed to be for Jungle Inferno, but they pushed it back a bit because they weren't happy with what they had and they didn't want to rush it. Fair enough, it was a nice spring update, and Screen Fortress was a very good major update. Smissmas, on the other hand, is going to be the main question that would decide the fate of TF2 in this current year. Will it be a big one? Probably. But I don't have much evidence to really go on, because yet again, Screen Fortress, we really had nothing to go on until we had the update, and people went, oh, this is actually a pretty reasonable update. So yet again, it's going to be the same thing. Somewhere in maybe mid or late December, we're going to get a blog post saying, Merry Smissmas everyone, here's the content, go and enjoy it. Or we might get a couple of days period, like the Jungle Inferno, where we had day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, introducing new things. Which would make sense, because I think it was nearly over a year for Jungle Inferno from being development from being released. I might be wrong, but someone quote me on that if I'm right or wrong. And obviously some people thinking, oh, the heavy update will be like the Jungle Inferno update. It'll take so bloody long to make, and by the time it comes out, it will be underwhelming. Fair enough. But as the theory goes, we're going to get a overall either a regular Smissmas update with war paints, cosmetics, maybe some taunts, weapon changes, map changes, and maybe a map or two. Or if it is the heavy update, expect maybe a multi-day update with maybe some new weapons, new taunts, war paints, unusuals. That's another thing we need to remember, and many other things. But these are all guesses, and I want to keep this guessing game going and see what everyone else's thoughts and opinions are for Smissmas. So, we're going to run like the way of Screen Fortress, or we'll just fade into obscurity, because the TF team never miss Screen Fortress or Smissmas ever, and me failing to kill that spy. With that said, thank you.